You wake up at 6:30. Rush through traffic. Open your laptop. Answer emails that don't matter. Sit in meetings nobody remembers. And at the end of the month, after taxes, after rent, after inflation quietly eats the rest, you keep just enough money to do it all again next month. That's not an accident. That's design. Because the modern economic system was never really built to make you free. It was built to make you functional. And there's a difference. A very expensive difference. The strange part is, most people never notice it. Because when a system works quietly, people mistake it for reality. You grow up believing this is just how life is. Study hard. Get a degree. Find stable work. Save money. Retire someday. Simple. Except, almost none of those rules still work the way they used to. And yet people keep repeating them like economic bedtime stories. Not because they're true, but because entire industries depend on you believing they are. Banks, governments, corporations, debt markets, consumer brands, even the housing market, especially the housing market. The system doesn't need you to become wealthy. It only needs you to remain predictable.
And predictable people are easier to tax, easier to market to, easier to employ, easier to manage. So, over time, society quietly rewards obedience more than independence. Not openly. Nobody announces it. There's no conspiracy meeting in a dark room. It's much simpler than that. Systems naturally evolve to protect themselves. And this one did too. Look at school. For 12 to 16 years, you're trained to follow schedules designed by someone else. Raise your hand before speaking. Ask permission to leave the room. Memorize information. Repeat it under pressure. Get graded. Compete for approval. Then one day you graduate. And the reward for all that training is another schedule. Except now, they call it a career. The irony is almost perfect. You spend your entire childhood preparing for freedom by practicing obedience. And to be fair, that system made sense once. In the industrial era, economies needed reliable workers. Factories didn't need creators. They needed consistency. Show up on time. Repeat the process. Don't question management. That model built modern economies. But the problem is, the world changed faster than the system did. Factories became software. That sounds dramatic until you realize Wall Street literally bundles debt into securities and trades it globally. Mortgages? Student loans? Credit card debt? Your financial stress can become a financial instrument. That's not metaphorical. That's an actual market. And once you see this, the world starts looking different. Why are credit cards mailed so aggressively to young adults? Because debt creates future labor. A person with no debt can take risks. A person buried in debt cannot. They need stability, predictability, continuous income, which makes them easier to keep inside the machine. Again, this doesn't require evil masterminds, just incentives. Banks profit from lending. Corporations profit from consumption. Governments profit from economic activity. Everyone benefits when spending continues, even if the spending is unhealthy, especially if it's unhealthy. Because financially disciplined people are surprisingly bad for large consumer economies.